All right, guys, welcome back. We're going to do a quick podcast here today. We've got Ben and I. Ben has class, actually, pretty quick, so that's part of the reason. The other reason is the topic is spontaneous. It's fresh. It just happened, and we're going to talk about it. It's something that we haven't discussed yet, but we've got a new product. I probably talked about it a little bit. You may have seen some of the pictures on our Instagram and Facebook. We've got a new dog in, and we're starting a new project. We've alluded to it now for a couple weeks. We've been working on it for a couple weeks. We just haven't started to post it yet, but I believe today is the day the first episode drops, right? Mm-hmm. So we've got a new series calling it Cali Keep On, and Cali is the name of the dog. There's a story behind how Cali turned into Cali. Cali started out as Alice. Alice turned into Allie. Allie turned into Cali, and now she's Cali. And if you followed along with that it's a story of how we're going to take a dog that was started. So this dog came to us from another kennel. I'm going to probably do another podcast where we get a little bit deeper into that. The background on it, because I do think it's interesting, and I think there is some importance and value in the idea of explaining her background. She comes from really good genetics, and I'm extremely happy with what we've seen so far. It's really early. Like, I've had her, I think this is the third week, and for the first week I literally didn't really do anything with her. Just trying to figure out her personality, trying to let her figure out my personality, try to build some trust, try to develop this connection. Minimal, if any, corrections on anything, because I'm giving her a chance to show me what she is and what she has, and from there I'm starting to like put together this game plan. So we're writing a column about it as well for Gun Dog. It's essentially discussing how we take the next steps with the retriever, and coincidentally, she's about 18 months old right now. And so her birthday is in August. And so she is, I guess, a little bit less than 18 months. How old would she be if she was born in August? So August would be 8. So if you back up 8 months, she'll be 2. I got to do my math here. She's 4 months. She's like 16 months. So yeah. She's about a year and 4 months. So she's about 16 months right now. So we got her when she was about 15 months. When I say we, her owners, Tom and Kathy, who we've trained Cody for, if you know our Cody Go Back series, that was Tom's dog. So this is for them as well. They purchased her from a kennel. We connected them to the kennel, kind of handpicked, and then we're going to take her next steps. And Tom ultimately wants her to be a pheasant dog. So we're going to use her to quarter out in front and flush and retrieve, obviously. So that transition is what you're going to see. And we're running into some issues. I found some really good things. Her foundation is fantastic. Like, they just did a fantastic job. Now, there's some story behind what they were training her for and what that has created as some issues for me personally when it comes to what we're changing the direction of her training for. She was actually trained going to be used as a quail dog, not to flush, not to quarter, but simply to retrieve. So she's really good foundationally. She's really good in heel position. She really has a hard time getting out. So we're going to get into more of that as this goes on. We're just kind of unlocking those doors and trying to figure those out. But the point of this podcast is again, it's going to be short and sweet. We filmed eight or 9 episodes so far of the Cali Keep On series. Posting the first one now. And today's went horrible. So, things were going pretty good. She's really good. I'm excited, having a lot of fun training with her, doing some bird work, doing some of the fun stuff. And today just went miserable. And so we literally just got done filming it. I went out, we just came back in. I had brought another dog out because I thought that was going to help. It would have helped if the other dog did well. I brought Spry. Spry didn't do well. She really struggled. My frustration levels got high. By the end, we laughed about it and I felt better by the end because I had already swept it, let it go past. It's water under the bridge, or however that saying goes. but I was so mad during it. I mean, I didn't lose my cool at all. I've gotten a lot better at that. In the past, I would lose my cool pretty easily in life. I've gotten more patient as I've gotten older for lots of different reasons, and dogs have helped me with it. Kids have helped me with it. My wife has helped me with it. Like, I've had a lot of real good positive impacts in my life that have helped me develop more patience. I needed every ounce of it today. And so the session went really bad for both the dogs, and then there were little things like Ben was shooting a dummy launcher, and he said, how do I get this shell out? And I thought, well, you just pop it out. And he said, no, it's not popping out. And so immediately in my head, I was like, God damn, now we broke the launcher. Like, what else can go wrong here? One time Ben threw the bird, there was no shell in the gun. One time Ben threw... I had a rough day. Yeah, Ben struggled too. Ben threw a bird, it flew low, so he couldn't shoot. It was the only pigeon we had. So like, our whole thing was, today we're going to shoot this bird over her. We didn't shoot a bird over her. We didn't get her to quarter very well. The other dog made a mess of things. Spry made a mess. It was just all these different things. And it was poor. And it was real frustrating and upsetting to me. And there were multiple times where I really had to like just kind of take a deep breath, count to 3, and say, we'll just move on. We'll just move on. And so the point of this podcast is, I want to tell you a little bit about this series that we're going to be doing. I'm excited about it. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be a really nice follow-up to the Bella Be Good series. I don't know if you can hear Taylor snoring in the background here, but nice deep snore she's got going. So sometimes I wish I had the personality of her. She's pretty unruffled under a lot, like she'll snore through anything. I need to be a little more like Taylor in my life. But we've got this new series. It's a nice follow-up to Bella because it's really an extension of Bella. This dog is a few months younger. She's probably a few months worth of time that with me personally behind where Bella was. She's probably further ahead with a lot of things than Bella was at this age of 16 months. So it's going to be a real good series where I'm going to try to open up different doors, test things out, figure out where I think we need to go direction-wise, and then we're going to implement a plan, and you're going to follow along. And today's episode, you'll have seen a lot of that, and you'll see how jumbled up it can be and how messy it can get. And we've had episodes like that with Bella. We've had episodes like that with other dogs where things didn't go very well. Well, by God, we did it again. It's not intentional. Trust me, I don't like to feel like I felt today. My blood pressure was high. I was getting hot. It was like, it's 30 degrees out today, which feels like a heat wave because it's not been this warm. And so I was dressed with multiple layers, and I literally at one point thought, I'm going to have to take a layer off because my internal temps are just getting too high. So we got through it. We moved past it. We laughed a little at the end. I felt better by the time I got back with the dogs. And I talked about at the end of the episode, you can't hold grudges. As a trainer, dogs make mistakes. As a trainer, I make mistakes. And I can't hold a grudge. Let it go. So this is for you, that if you're listening and you get frustrated and your dog tests your patience and your dog's always, I hear people talk about how stubborn their dog and hard-headed their... No, I think a lot of times we have a hard time coping with and dealing with tough situations in life. That's with dog training and other stuff too. I think the message or the point of today, the takeaway is take a deep breath, count to 3. It's water under the bridge, literally. Let it go and move on. Be better for it. Learn from it and be better for it. So that's what we're doing today. The Cali series is going to start. Ben's launching it here. It's Tuesday, so he's launching it on YouTube. I ask you if you would do us a favor. Please, if you're following us on YouTube, do us a favor and hit the subscribe button. I hate asking for favors, but I realize the importance and value more and more every day of the more subscribers we have, the easier it is for us to continue to put stuff out and get it in front of people that we think it's going to help. So there's logic behind it. There's reasoning behind it. And I am going to ask that favor if you'd subscribe to our YouTube. And then if you there's notification buttons you can turn on. There's liking. Simple stuff like that. I don't think people realize that simple stuff like that really does actually help. So if you appreciate and like some of the stuff that you're seeing there, I would ask you if you'd please do us the favor of doing that. That's it for this episode. It's quick. Ben's got class in 2 minutes. So thank you guys for listening to this podcast. Like we really truly appreciate it. The feedback is like phenomenal, unbelievable, motivating, inspiring, I will go so far as saying, and I can't thank you enough for it. It really does make the difference, especially when I got these moments of just like disgust and frustration, and then I get a read of an email or a DM or a message that says, you helped my life be better with my dog, and I really appreciate it because of the pod, because of the YouTube, because of your stories, whatever it is. Thank you so much for doing that. We really appreciate it.